Adventures in Fantasy, Trouble in Xellia, written and illustrated by Julie R. Fleming. The sun shone down on Fantasy Island, where creatures gifted with magic made their homes. At the dance studio, everyone gracefully followed the dance instructor's lead, except for the newest member hiding in the back, who struggled. Nice work, everyone. Keep practicing, and I'll see you all next week. Before we know it, the butterfly ballet will be upon us. A rabbit named Renee came out of the video game shop holding a new game she was excited about. She conjured up her broomstick to ride back home. At a small school on the island, a young fox named Yoli was working on a makeup test. She did most of her schooling at home to be part of the Fantasy Island Magic Elite. They assisted other worlds along with their own using their special abilities. All 12 members were separated into 4 groups, excluding the Master and Vice Master. Yoli finished her test quickly, sighing with relief. Outside, she conjured up her magic carpet and jumped on it towards home. Persea entered the house. Renee was there playing her new video game. Can you turn it down, please? I'm going to read my book on the couch. I can't believe I almost ran into a pillar trying to read this on my way home, Persea said, laughing at herself. I believe it. Multitasking isn't your thing. You don't want to be like that lady in that one movie, Renee replied. What movie? Persea questioned. You know that movie with the woman obsessed with books to the point where it consumes her? She reads everything she can get her hands on. Then she comes across this book she's never heard of in an antique shop that's for display only since it's cursed. Of course, she ends up busting open the case and stealing it. Does it ring a bell? Renee asked. I don't watch many movies. It sounds bizarre, Persea smiled. That's because it is. It's called Miss Bella. Kids used to talk about it in class. The spirit of the book takes over her body after she reads it, making her do the actions that were written in the book, such as robbing a house, wrecking her neighbor's flower garden. In the end, she eats the book, which breaks the curse. She should have tossed it in a fire, Yoli said, sitting at the kitchen table with her sketchbook. Well, that confirms my opinion on the movie. Good afternoon, Yoli. You're back early, she said as she got on the couch. I just got here a few minutes before you. The test was a breeze. I've been keeping up with all of my studies. Plus, I get all the math help I need from Renee, she replied as she looked over at Renee with a grin. I'm proud of you, Yoli. You're always on top of things. Persea began to read her adventure book. Renee was engrossed in her new video game, Monkey Maniac, tuning out her surroundings. Come on, jump. Oh no, I still can't make it, Renee expressed loudly. She gritted her teeth and kept on trying. Persea glanced up at Renee. Please keep it down, Renee. Persea tried to focus on her book. Yoli started to laugh. Who are you talking to, Renee? Yourself or the monkey? Renee gave her a funny look. The monkey. She can't jump. Renee hit the buttons harder, hoping to make that jump. Yoli went back to her drawing of spiky-looking characters with large eyes. Then all of a sudden they heard a loud knock at the door. Renee continued playing her video game. Persea and Yoli looked at each other. They weren't expecting any company. Yoli stood up and answered the door. A young girl from a different world stood outside with a frightened expression on her face. Help, an entity named Dante has taken over Xellia on Topaz, turning its citizens into ghost-like creatures, and captured the royal family. Please hurry. Who knows what he has planned next? The girl explained quickly and was out of breath. What was that part about ghosts? Yoli asked with concern. Persea shut her book and set it aside. Don't worry, we'll rescue your world, Persea assured her. Renee paused the game and jumped up. Yeah, we'll get moving right now, and that Dante will be sorry he ever stepped into Xellia. This'll be a breeze. Yoli grabbed her sketchbook. Now you wait here. You'll be safe. When we're done saving everyone, we'll come back for you, Yoli instructed as she escorted her inside. Oh, and please don't touch my game, miss, Renee added. Yoli, Persea, and Renee rushed to the Dimension Center by their house. It connected other worlds to theirs. They were greeted by the portal's caretaker, who kept a record of who came and went. He had their names memorized. I didn't want to ask this in front of the girl, but isn't it our day off? Yoli questioned. This is a rare occurrence. In emergencies such as this, It's protocol to get right on top of this situation, which means no time to inform another group that's on duty today, Persea explained. That makes sense. Now we get to see some ghost things. Yay, Yoli said sarcastically. Relax, it's only the beings of Xellia. You'll do great, Yoli, Persea comforted her. You're talking to the girl who sleeps with the nightlight on, Renee chimed in. Hey, Yoli shouted. Be nice, Renee. Yoli is full of potential, Persea replied. Yoli smirked at Renee, who turned her attention towards the mission. She used the dial on the door to change the location on Topaz to Xellia. All right, it's through this door. Let's go. I'm going to take down that Dante guy. Hopefully he can put up a decent fight. Renee smashed her fist into her hand, then opened the colorful door that led to Xellia. Persea stood patiently behind Renee, while Yoli peeked behind Persea. These dimension portals are scary. I don't think I'll ever get used to them, Yoli frowned. The girls went through the door one by one. Going to another dimension felt like flying through a windy storm. Yeah, this is excellent. Renee put her hands up in the air like it was a fun ride. Her voice echoed throughout the area. Yoli crossed her arms. Gosh, Renee, you act as if we're going on vacation, Yoli told her. Oh, come on, Yoli. Just because we're going into battle doesn't mean we can't have some fun, she replied. Then they found themselves in Xellia's Dimension Center. Just beyond here should be the town of Xellia. It's been about 2 years since I've been to this glorious place. I wonder if the tea shop is still open here, Persea said as she took the lead. How can you think about tea at a time like this? Yoli said with surprise. Because we got it all under control. You're still fairly new, but you'll see. Renee gave her a wink of assurance. The girls were in Xellia, but it was dreary and filled with beings turned into ghosts. These must be the ghosts that girl was speaking of, Persea figured. One of them approached her, grabbing her hand. Please, oh my dear, save us, he said in a raspy voice. All of them crowded around the girls and began talking all at once. Nothing they said was understood. Yoli closed her eyes and tilted her hat over her eyes. Be quiet, Renee shouted with frustration, tapping her foot. Everyone became silent. Okay, now, only one of you speak, please, Persea asked politely. The same being that approached them continued to speak. We're the innocent citizens of this town, as you can see, or not see, since we changed into all this. He frantically pointed at himself and everyone in the town. I'm supposed to be a dog, rough, pant. Yoli couldn't help but let out a little laugh, covering her mouth with her hand. Please be sweet dears and get rid of Dante so we can return to normal. Where is Dante? Persea questioned. He pointed at the forest. He went through the forest and just beyond the Crystal Hills. He's staying in a small castle east of Fantera, he informed them. Renee crossed her arms. That's all I need to hear. Time to accomplish this mission. Let's take flight. He quickly grabbed Renee's hand. No, don't. Look above. Dante's fire-breathing monsters. They'll shoot you down. Renee looked down at the ground in disappointment, pulling her hand away. I guess we'll walk then, Persea suggested. Yoli smiled. I agree. That sounds safer. I wonder what we'll find in the forest, Yoli wondered with fear. Watch out for those critters in the forest. Some of them are with Dante, the ghostly figure warned them. Great, Yoli replied. Then they headed into the forest. Hot rain was pouring down heavily right when they entered the forest territory. Ouch, that's hot. Is this normal here? Yoli went a few steps back, where there was no rain. It's not. Strange, it must be Dante controlling the weather. Persea stuck out her hand, observing the hot rain. Yoli stepped back into the forest. This guy seems to have strong powers. What if we can't beat him? Yoli wiped away some raindrops on her face. Think positive, Yoli. We're able to use magic too. Together we stand strong. Persea stayed optimistic. Yes, but controlling the weather, that's something only the great Enoch could do. Yoli questioned. Someone is paying attention in history, Persea praised her. Renee put her hand on Yoli's shoulder. You worry too much, Yoli. We'll find a way to defeat Dante. I bet it'll be easy to take him down, Renee said with confidence. Oh no, it's those critters that gentleman warned us about. Get ready, Persea instructed. Yoli's eyes widened from being startled. Renee grinned with excitement as she charged at them. I'm ready, she shouted with excitement. Persea pulled out her green emerald and turned it into a wand by cupping her hands together and bringing them outward. Yoli began searching through her sketchbook for a suitable drawing for battle. Persea sent out fireballs from her rod. When Yoli found the perfect artwork, she made it rise with her hands, motioning it to lift from the paper. Yoli's creation arose and began to attack one of the animals. Before they knew it, they were defeated. Persea changed her rod back into the emerald. Yeah, hooray! They weren't so tough. Renee jumped up and down triumphantly. Yoli's artwork disappeared, returning to her sketchbook. She sat down. I guess that wasn't too bad. Yoli took a deep breath. Let's head on. The royal family awaits, Persea told them. I'm ready for more battles, Renee cheered. The girls walked through the forest without running into any more Dante's animals. When they reached the end, Persea, Renee, and Yoli found themselves in a cold, snowy area. There were tall, colorful crystals. This must be Crystal's Hills. It's beautiful. There's snow as far as I can see. The air is thick. I can hardly breathe. It's probably Dante's doing, Persea thought. Renee stuck out her tongue and shuffled the snow. Yuck, I never liked cold, snowy weather like this, Renee complained. Persea put her hands on her hips, analyzing Crystal Hills. Oh, wow. Persea, Renee, look at these snowmen. Yoli approached them. Renee and Persea stared at them. Renee began to laugh. Haha, they look funny. Just look at the stupid expressions on their faces. Something doesn't seem right, Persea said. One of the snowmen angrily grabbed Yoli's arm. Get off of me. She yanked her arm away and quickly ran behind Renee. The rest of the snowmen came to life and tried to grab them. Get away. I'll teach you a lesson. Renee charged at them. She punched and kicked every snowman down. Yoli giggled. You sure did that fast. Renee put her hands on her hips and stood up straight. It was simple. Then a fierce howl was heard a short distance away. It came from a short white creature with large black eyes and a mouth. It's another snowman, Yoli pointed and shouted, still on edge. Then she got a better look at him. No, wait, what is that? Snowman. No, I'm Dante's right-hand man, Akka. He knows you're here and I'm going to eliminate all of you. Akka had an angry expression on his face. Renee was getting irritated and stomped her foot. By yourself, little guy? Yeah, right, I'd love to see that, Renee let out. Ignorant you are, I'll show you. Akka began to grow larger than any creature they've ever seen. The girls seemed like insects to him. Oh my, he's at least 20 feet tall, Persea estimated. Yoli began to shake. Oh please. Renee started kicking him. He easily set her aside with a small kick in return. Renee, Yoli cried. Persea got closer to Akka with her magic wand. Yoli, go make sure Renee is all right, Persea told her. Yoli nodded. Persea took to the air, getting behind Akka. She fired out shooting stars with no effect, followed by fireballs. Akka turned around and smacked Persea, leaving her twirling in midair. Ow, okay, think Persea, she said to herself. The spells weren't working against him in his current state. Then she had an idea. He tried to grab her. Persea flew over him, using the magic dust from her wings, which affected everyone differently. Akka only sneezed and looked up at her. Pesky bug. He conjured up a broomstick and tried to smack her with it. Persea flew up higher and remembered her old shrinking spell, which she hadn't used since she learned it many years ago. She cast it on Akka, hoping to balance him out. When he was his normal size, she flew to the ground and zapped him with her wand, using more fireballs. Akka looked angrily at Persea. She pointed her wand at him. It's over now. Please go away or I'll zap you again and again. Akka immediately took off. Persea closed her eyes for a second and took a deep breath. When she opened them, Akka was right there. Oh, and just one more thing, Akka grinned. Yoli gave Akka an irritated look. Oh yeah? What is it now, loser? You're out of ammo. Shoo now, Persea beat you. Out of ammo? Where did you get that delusion? Akka blew a dark bubble trying to hit Persea. She avoided it at the last second. Behind Persea was Yoli, who got hit by the bubble in the blink of an eye. The dark bubble expanded on impact, trapping her inside. Yoli let her go. Renee tried busting open the bubble without success. Yoli kicked and screamed, having a flashback of a dark hallway. Ah, help me. She'll do. At least I was able to capture one of you annoying pests. Akka started to laugh. You'd better let her go. Persea tried attacking him with her wand. Before her spell landed, he teleported away with Yoli. No. Renee slammed her fist into the freezing snow that was ignited with fire from rage, melting snow around her. Yoli, I should have known you were right behind me. I should be in that bubble. What kind of leader am I? Persea looked at Renee in sorrow. There's no time for that. We've got to hurry. Renee stood up. Persea wiped a tear away. Yes, you're right. I'm sure she's with Dante is. I hope she's okay. Persea looked around for more demons in the sky and noticed something off about the ones hovering over the forest. They're fading away. They also move in the same pattern over and over again. They're an illusion, Persea concluded. Renee conjured up her broom to ride upon and held it tightly. Perfect. Then we have nothing to worry about. Which way was it, Persea? Renee asked. I don't think it's far. East of Fantera. That way. She pointed as she fluttered her wings. They arose from the ground. All right, let's save Yoli. She'll be perfectly fine. They flew quickly to Dante's whereabouts.